Hello, I'm Matthias Lüffkens. I'm head of social networks at the World Economic Forum, and basically bringing the world to Davos through social media.
Can you let us know which tools, social media tools, you're using and the impact that they have?
Basically, we started in 2006 and put the videos of the World Economic Forum on YouTube. In 2007, we put the photos of the World Economic Forum on Flickr under the Creative Commons license. We opened the Facebook group, the Facebook page, and also Twitter, where we now have almost 1.5 million followers.
What kind of feedback are you getting from people all over the world who are now connected to you?
It's actually very interesting to see how these communities grow. We now have 65,000 fans or friends in the Facebook group, so it's really interesting to see how we can discuss with them and how we have to open even more to really bring the public into the discussions at the World Economic Forum, into our sessions. So basically this year in Davos we had live or questions from the general public that were put to the Russian president who was opening the forum in Davos. So it's really interesting how we can always go a step further to really open up the World Economic Forum.
So there's a real engagement between the public and yourself and the web?
I hope so. I mean, our objective is really to lead the conversation, really to bring in the voice of the people through social networks into a meeting which is still very private and elitist. I mean, it's limited to 2,500 participants, but how to really reach out to the general public and have them actively participate through comments, questions into the discussion. So that's kind of our main objective.
Do you see a lot of other organizations such as yours now going into social media?
Not as much as I would hope so, and we're kind of proselytizing at the World Economic Forum. To give you an example, we started on Twitter in 2007 and we created our Twitter list. 4 years ago we had 23 participants on Twitter. This year 400 of the 2,500 participants were on Twitter, and we're talking here CEOs, normal participants, and just to follow their stream of thought was very interesting. And even during Davos people were signing up to Twitter to really to use this tool, and I think it's thanks to the forum that we have opened this up, even for our members, which are the 1,000 biggest companies in the world, that they open up to that we took the fear out of social media for them.
So you are convinced that using social media today for an organization or a brand is vital? It's
a must. I mean, it's part of the communications tool. You have, of course, to keep on communicating with traditional media, which are still very influential, but at the same time you have to go direct to the general public through social media, on Facebook, of course, on Twitter, on YouTube if you can, and Flickr.
And from what you have learned these past years, can you give some advice, some do's and don'ts to the people?
Do's and don'ts, absolutely. Basically, the social media activities of the forum are with the communications team. In many companies, the social media activities are with the marketing team. And I think that is a mistake, because you shouldn't look at your fans on Facebook, for example, or your followers on Twitter as potential customers. You really should look at them as friends. So how do you communicate with friends? You don't send marketing messages at them, but you converse with them, you have a conversation with them, you discuss with them, even critical topics. So this is something that most companies and organizations should look at.
And my final question is, WEF can be a polemic subjects are being talked about. Have you faced any crisis on social media?
We have been criticized in the past, the demonstrations in Switzerland. Since we opened up on social media, this criticism has subsided, interestingly enough. Yes, of course, there are critical voices that we still hear about the forum, but we can address them directly. And it's really this discussion which changes everything. So we haven't really had a major crisis on social media yet.
How many people are working within social media at WEF?
Until last July I was alone, but now we have a team of 3 who manage the blog, Facebook and all our social media activities, and you kind of really need a core team to deal with that and to reply quickly to questions and suggestions.
And which tools do you use to monitor your activity online?
Actually, we don't have much time to monitor. We're just doing so, kind of monitoring. We're looking at monitoring tools now, how to measure. But actually, for us, it's more interesting to reach out rather than to analyze numbers of followers, etc.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.